Hello everyone. In today's video, I will show you how to find the best suppliers on Alibaba and how to get the best price for your products when doing your sourcing. Before we start, let me just mention that in the description below, I have links to all the products and software tools that I use, as well as a link to the Facebook group that is free to join. Also, don't forget to subscribe so that you get notified whenever I release a new video. Stay tuned. So let's dive right in. Assuming that you already did some amount of product research in terms of finding a product that you want to source, we'll pick things up at the point where we actually go to the Alibaba website to try and find a supplier or manufacturer so that we can source our product from overseas. And that's also assuming that the product that you are sourcing will be sourced from China, or not necessarily China, because Alibaba has locations all over the world, but more often than not, you will find that you will be sourcing your product from China. So we'll go to the Alibaba website, which is simply alibaba.com, and you just type in the product that you are looking for, and the example I'll be using is baby changing pad. You just type it in the search bar and search, and you'll see a list of results come up here. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to check these boxes. Trade assurance, gold supplier, and assess supplier. And in order of importance, trade assurance is the most important one, gold supplier as well. And trade assurance, basically, it tells us that this supplier is a reputable supplier. It's a supplier that you can trust. Same thing with the gold supplier seal or designation, and it tells us how long, gives us an idea of how long this seller or supplier has been a gold supplier. And again, basically just indicating to you as the person doing the sourcing that, hey, this supplier is one that I can trust, and one that I'll probably have a good relationship with, because their past indicates to us that they are a good supplier to deal with. So once we have filtered all the results based on those three things, then we can start digging into the results that we find here. One of the things that you want to do is not necessarily to click through to the product page. You want to click on the supplier profile themselves, because this will give you more information about the supplier, such as the number of employees they have, their total annual revenue, when they started operating, what does their factory look like, different types of certifications that they have. So this is all information that you want to really peruse and look over immediately before even looking at their product page, because this will tell you immediately whether you want to get into business with this supplier or not. So that's the first thing you want to do. Then once you look over all this information and you feel satisfied that, hey, I want to go ahead with this supplier, or at least to maybe look at the products that they offer, then you go into looking at their product listings. So you can drill down through their product categories here, but I'll just go back to the product page and look at their product. Right, and usually there's a lot of information that is provided on the product page. Sometimes it's not accurate. For example, the price that they show here is really a price that they put there to get you interested in sourcing from them. It's never set in stone. Whatever price you see here, or MOQ, minimum order quantity, it's always negotiable. Right, so in this example, we see if you order 500, you'll be paying $18.50 per unit, and you might think, ooh, I mean, if I can only sell this for $26 on Amazon, how on earth am I going to make any money from this? But that's where negotiation comes in, and I'll get into that a little later on in this video. So just going back to this overview video, you'll just go through this overview page. You'll just basically repeat this step for as many suppliers as you see fit. Maybe you want to look at 5 to 10 suppliers or something like that, and just contact each and every one of them. So once you find those the suppliers that you're interested in, the next thing you will do is you will contact supplier, right? You'll click on this contact, and basically you will write in here information requesting or requesting more information about their products. You'll ask specific questions, and I have included a template that I use for contacting my suppliers, and I will include a link to that template in the description, so that you can just download that and just reuse it whenever you are contacting suppliers. Because when you're contacting suppliers, it's important that you come across as being professional, that you're not just a newcomer who doesn't know anything about sourcing from China. The type of questions that you ask in this initial email are very, very important. So that template should help you to overcome that barrier of contacting a supplier for the first time. So just remember that a link to download that template is in the description in this video. So now that we have narrowed down or contacted a few of our suppliers, how do we ensure that we get the best possible price for our product? Now, there are a few tactics to keep in mind. One of them is to always remember that everything is negotiable, right? In China, it's almost expected that you negotiate, right? They will show you this price, and if you are not savvy enough, you might think that, hey, I can only get this price down to $18.50. No, and if I want to get it cheaper, I'm going to have to order 3,000. No, don't look at it like that. Don't think about it like that. How you think about it is, they want your business, and you want to work with them, right? And so, there'll be this back and forth. You need to convince them that, at least for your first order, maybe it'll be a test order, so you won't be ordering 1,000 units or 3,000 units, but it's more of a test order. So you want to convince them that they should give you the price that is normally the MOQ price for a higher MOQ. So for example, you might tell them that, hey, if you give me my initial test order unit price at $15.50, right, which is the MOQ price for 3,000 units, then chances are I will be reordering a larger batch next time around. So just keep in mind that it is a negotiating process, and nothing is written in stone. So you just need to establish a good relationship with them from the beginning, and that's why this template is so important, so that you can have this back and forth, which is very cordial, but in the end will result in you getting a much cheaper price for your product. And again, you don't want to end up with too cheap of a price, because what will end up happening is that then they will skimp out on the quality of the product in lieu of giving you a cheaper price and stuff like that. And so just keep that in mind. The other thing, which is kind of making the rounds with sellers on Amazon, is showing the supplier prices from other either other suppliers that you are in contact with, or with other websites that sell similar things or a similar product. And one of those similar websites happens to be 1688. Now this is like the Chinese version of Alibaba for Chinese consumers. So don't be too taken aback with all the the foreign language writing here, but so the idea with this is that you'll find your same product on 1688 and then go back to your supplier and say, hey, I found this exact product on a different website, a Chinese website, for this much cheaper. What can you do for me? Right? And so it's like it's a bargaining chip that you can use. So for example, baby diaper or baby changing pad, all we need to do is to go to Google and we'll get the Chinese version of that text, and we come to the website and we'll just click and paste it in the search bar here, and voila, we'll get similar products for our same Chinese or our same baby diaper changing pad. Oh, another trick that you can do is also translate this page to English. Kind of makes it easier to navigate and see what's going on. So right away we see, I think this one looks familiar to the one we saw earlier, or maybe not. Let's find a similar looking one. Okay, so like this one. So for this guy, it's 326 to 425, MOQ is 500, and we saw on this website for 29 yuan. So we don't know how much that is in US dollars, so we'll translate that 29 459. So in this example it's kind of a similar price, but most times you'll find the price cheaper on these websites, and so you can just use it as a bargaining chip. So yeah, so basically that's it. There are these key things that you have to remember. One is that everything is negotiable, from the MOQ to the unit price to the shipping rates, and just always remember that they want your business, and if you present yourself as someone who knows what you're doing, then chances are they will comply with your request and be more favorable to you when you are negotiating. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you found great value in it, and also just remember the links in the description below, especially the manufacturer template. And if you have any questions or comments, just feel free to drop them in the comment sections below. See you on the next video.